How I got my first ever book deal, part 2. We moved to Los Angeles, so we reconnected with a bunch of people in the entertainment industry, and it turned out that a lot of those people were on shows or in movies or whatever. So because I'm a writer, not like an entertainment industry person, I just was fascinated by all the stories of the insider, what's it like to be in the cast and crew of a show. So over the course of a year or so, I heard all these crazy stories, and I was like, you know what, that would make a really good book. And this was the era of the Nanny Diaries, which was supposedly based on a true story, and The Devil Wears Prada, which was you know what, I'm gonna do that book, but for Hollywood. Going back to how you get a book deal, nonfiction versus fiction. In nonfiction, you write a book proposal, send that to an agent, then they shop that to a publisher. And in fiction, you have to write the entire book and then basically send it to an agent. Then they send the whole book to a publisher if they want to represent it. So I spent a year writing the entire book. And then when that was done, I got back in touch with my agent that I had mentioned in part 1. Said, I have a book that I wrote, so can I send it to you? And he said, sure. And I sent it to him, and he took the manuscript and wrote on it, "Chick lit is dead," and mailed it back to me. And then wasn't my agent anymore, I guess. That was rough. After spending all that time writing that book with thinking in my mind that I had an agent who would read it and represent it once it was done. So at that point, I have a finished novel, but I have no representation. This is in 2005, before the self-publishing industry is really taken off yet. And so there's no way for me to just put my book into Amazon. So I spent basically another year trying to find representation for this book. I got a copy of Writer's Market, looked up all the agents that represented that kind of book, and I sent them the query letter. Then I got a couple of messages back from people saying yes, I'll read the book. And eventually I got an agent for that book. She was the agent that represented a lot of other types of that kind of novel. She believed in the book, and she gave me some editorial suggestions, and I made them, and I did some rewrites. And so when she felt like the book was ready to send out, sent the book out to publishers.